Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to a quick video talking about the update that happened today, the 28th of April 2025, for all servers for Final Fantasy XIV. Essentially, there's been a few bugs with 7.21 that have been addressed, or they are continuing to address over the course of the next few hotfixes. This first of which then, for today, has sort of looked at cosmic exploration and fixed a few bits and pieces, as well as an ongoing investigation into the cause of this, and hopefully some sort of compensation as well. So first of all, they say we have implemented a temporary countermeasure for this issue with Mech ops in cosmic exploration, wherein an error preventing boarding would occur if board is selected while performing another action at the same time. My girlfriend at the time also had the same issue, where essentially she was continuing to do one of her crafting missions for Stellar, the Stellar missions, or gathering, one of the two. And as she was still on that, the board menu popped up and she pressed board, then afterwards abandoned the quest, and no longer would it let her board. Effectively, this is an issue, obviously, of the UI being, active at the time whilst you're crafting or gathering, and trying to board into a mech pilot if you have used your ticket to try and sign up for that. So hopefully they have addressed this. They say, as it will take time to implement a permanent fix, however, we've made changes to the system so that an application is compensated and the internal chances of being selected in the next application is set to maximum to those who encounter this issue. So they also say players that encountered this issue before this temporary countermeasure today will be compensated with 1,000 lunar credits. Once we have investigated for eligibility, we kindly ask for your patience while this investigation is underway. So one of the ways that you can contribute towards this, if you have encountered this issue, is probably to go through the support ticket in the game and to list that you are affected by this. That should hopefully help flag you for investigation, and if found to be on the recipient end to their understanding of this error, they will give you 1,000 of those lunar credits, which is really nice. And it's nice that they're addressing this in a timely manner. It kind of needs to be done, and I'm glad that Square Enix are addressing this, because it kind of is annoying, and it's not a person's fault if they're currently doing something which, you're intended to do, lots of the Stellar missions to complete your relic weapons and all sorts of things, and just to get currency. And then, you get the chance to actually board one of the mechs, which is pretty rare, especially at peak times, or, times when you're on an active server, for it to, fall through. So that's pretty good. There's also some other bugs that have been fixed. They say during cosmic exploration, the server could go down under certain conditions when the Mech Ob directive, Destroy Corrupted Crystals, was started. We actually saw some servers crash because of this as well, so it looks like they have been hard at work trying to figure out what they need to do to fix those bugs, and hopefully they've been addressed now. They also say during cosmic exploration, the Mech Op objects would sometimes remain when completing the Mech Op of Destroy Corrupted Crystals as well. So there was some visual bugs, as well as, obviously issues with server stability. They say there was also with the Mech Op directive would no longer be issued under certain conditions. I've seen that on my own server, Ragnarok. After a certain amount of time in the day, we just thought it was naturally because there was less people there, but it just stopped actually proccing any Mech Ops or anything, which is seemingly a bug as well. Also, the time between the insurance of a Mech Op directive and the start of an operation would be shortened under certain conditions, so that's been addressed. And also the standard synthesis, quick synthesis, and trial synthesis could be performed while a crafter's stellar mission was still in progress. So that's something they obviously don't want to look at. They don't want people to do. So hopefully they've fixed some of those issues. The most important thing is server stability, and obviously the Mech Ops themselves, because obviously it's RNG whether you get chosen, and the the failure to be chosen does also impact your ability to try out that mode, especially if you're short on time, you don't have much time to play, and you sign up and you get turned away. That's one thing, but to have the ability to see the board menu pop up on your screen and then realize that because you were doing something else it bugged out and you no longer can is a little bit annoying. in the mildest of ways of putting it. But yeah, hopefully they can provide the lunar credits compensation as soon as possible, and definitely contact support in the game if you can, if you're interested in trying to forward that process so that they can investigate your eligibility. But that's it for the update on the 28th of April 2025. Hopefully they look at this going forward, and there's a lot of things to learn from this particular piece of content. It is by no means a perfect piece of content, but I hope, like me, you are enjoying it all the same. Much love, enjoy the rest of your day. More videos on the way throughout this week from 7.21 and onwards, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.